Welcome back into another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We've recently talked about the Chicago Bears and how we grade them in this draft, but now we've got to talk about where do the Bears rank in position post NFC North, because I think you've got an NFC North that absolutely got better to the point where I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I have the Bears as high as I thought I did going into this draft. I mean, even just looking at that team up north, let's start there. Green Bay. I mean, they start off their draft, to me, perfectly. They go offensive tackle. You see them making a commitment to actually making the team better, actually going out there and saying, hey, you know what we can't do? We can't put our quarterback in a position where he's going to end up getting killed. We can't put our quarterback in a position where he's going to end up struggling, and we're going to make sure that we get that better. Then you bring in Edrin Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M, Javon Bullard, safety out of Georgia, Marshawn Lloyd, running back out of USC in the third round, multiple third-round picks. I thought Tyron Hooper was a good pickup for them. When you get to the fourth round, okay, these are the guys that you feel a little bit better about, right? Evan Williams, Jacob Monk, Ketan Olub. I don't even know him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Out of Oregon State, I'm not even gonna flex on that.
Not gonna work here anymore.
But no, I thought even in the sixth round, right, a guy like Travis Glover seems like a dude that you can go out there and develop up. And we know the Packers are pretty good at developing up guys. What did you guys see in this draft, just from the Packers standpoint, that you feel they did, I guess, well? I hate to compliment the Packers on anything, but it does feel like they had a really good draft and they got a bunch of bites at the apple.
I mean, yeah, for me, just getting Edrin Cooper and Javon Bullard. I mean, honestly, when you look at it, like, I just lost his name. Javon Bullard. I mean, when you look at it, we always talked about how, the last couple of years, Georgia has, just been printing defensive pieces that have been coming into the league. And I mean, you swap out some of the safeties that you had last year, you imprint him, and then it's like what we continue to say. They've already had first round picks on that defensive line. You still got Jair. Yeah. And then you turn around, it's like on the offensive side of the ball, you go 25th pick, you get the offensive lineman. You're trying to build on what Jordan Love has already accomplished, right? Because you weren't expecting him per se to do what he did. I think that in that aspect, he kind of blew everybody away. So I mean, for them, if I were to give them A grade, I definitely give them an A. I wouldn't even say that they got worse. You're just building on what you already had in that room. And those wide receivers, too, are still young.
I'd say their draft is a B, but we'll look at it later on. But for me, that's the thing, right? You're adding a B draft to a team that made it very far in the playoffs last year. You know what I mean? It's not like
they were 9-8.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're adding a B draft to a 3-5 or a 3-15 team or 14 team. And you're adding it to a solid team.
Yeah, they're still ascending. Like we can't necessarily shortchange them. We finished 7-10, but like again though, think about, based off last year. If let's say we beat them and knock them out of the playoffs, they are 8-9, and we are 8-9. Like one game. And minus not having what we would like is adequate quarterback play, right? So let's just say that if Caleb comes in, then again, this year is this year. Last year was last year.
Right.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bears defense did do a good job in that second game.
It's gotten better,
keeping them from scoring a ton of points. They only put up 17 points, so a lot of yards, but 17 points.
It was a 9-8 team that the Packers became. Does that mean that they become a 10 or 11 win team in the ascend? But the Bears are right there too because they're both ascending. So I feel like if we look at it, the Lions are still right now, out of respect, they are the division winner last year. They're number one coming in. I'd still probably have to put the Packers number 2 but put the Bears right there to be because they're both going to be competing. And then I'm gonna put the Vikings, at the bottom. Of course.
Yeah, and I think the thing for me with the Packers is my question marks aren't on the players. My question marks are on the play caller.
Yeah,
which was my question mark last year. They had a horrible play caller.
Play caller.
Who was the DC that is no longer there?
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. The Packers DC last year. I mean, like he just. I feel like he put put them in a bad position on a consistent basis to get cooked. I think the players also didn't play up to snuff as well. But I just thought that they had a really bad defensive play calling last season, and they already came in with, I want to say 7 or 8 first-round picks on that defense already. I mean, so like I feel like you're adding a better team, which, listen, that's why I love what the Bears did, because now you're starting to keep up with these teams that are continuing to improve every single season. Somebody just put it in the chat. Mike Houston, shout out to Joe Barry. Joe Barry was Jesus.
Yeah.
Shout out Crimson. He put it in there too, Barry. Yeah, Joe Barry was awful, bro. Like just dog water. And I wish they had kept him. But for me right now, I would go, man, I wish they kept him. I thought they were going to keep him because of the run he put them on. I'm not going to lie. I was like, yo, they're going to keep him because he got them through the playoffs, and the defense started playing better last couple of games of the season, heading into the playoffs. I was like, they're going to keep him. So, but no, I just, like, to me, I have the Lions probably one right now. I think the Lions added depth.
So I
don't even think the Lions went crazy. I think the Lions just were like, let's build out our depth pieces on here.
So while we were doing this, I just made this graphic now. So I figured right now I'm putting the Lions number 1 based off their last year's records.
Right.
And then, the Packers at 2nd and Bears at 3rd, Minnesota at 4th. So, what the thing is, Minnesota having a rookie quarterback too, as well as we have a rookie quarterback, but actually this is an extremely tough division. Because Minnesota, they're the same team as us.
Yes, and that's exactly what I was going to say. I don't think you can say rookie quarterback nothing and beat your chest about the Chicago Bears and then say different things about what Minnesota did. Because Minnesota, we know at a minimum, they can call a defense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
absolutely.
added Dallas Turner late in that mug, so you got a dog over there. JJ McCarthy gets to look around and go, "Oh snap,
Minnesota."
He did go
to
Minnesota.
You get the turnaround, and JJ McCarthy gets to go, "Oh snap, who's that over there?"
Jordan Addison.
Oh, is that freaking Justin Jefferson? What's going on over here? Is that Jordan Addison? Is that Hawk? I said Hawk running up the middle there. Wow, I mean. Like, they did not get worse. And so, I think that, listen, I love a tough division. I think that we're heading back towards being, if the Bears can get there, if the Vikings can get there, the black and blue division. Yeah, I think that right now the Lions are the clear-cut number 1, but you're 2, 3, and 4. I think it's kind of close, dog.
Oh, yeah. There's absolutely no sleepers. And in this division, you're going to have to stay on your toes because every single team is that good. By the way, I just wanted to point out, I am that guy.
You called it.
I told y'all where JJ was going to go.
No, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you.
Didn't I tell y'all Joe Alt wasn't getting past 5?
No, I'm not. You did say that. I will give you that. Joe Alt wasn't getting past 5. And I told them that I told Joel when they went back, and Minnesota traded back up, they were gonna add JJ and Jared Verse. No, I'm not gonna.
No. You called Dallas Turner, not JJ.
Dallas Turner. My
Ringo
bad,
was just.
I was on.
He was
a savant.
He was a savant. He was like
Nostradamus.
Hey, hold on. See, I didn't get to watch the day 1 of y'all breaking this down. Was he doing it like solid 3 minutes before the picks were going in?
Yeah, he was calling it.
Oh, you mean right before everybody else knew?
You can't fool me.
No,
you had him pulled up. You had the Twitter pulled up.
No. He had the early run.
I had Shams on his screen. You can't fool me.
Oh, snap! I give him his props.
Hey,
you can't fool me.
Breeze Nation, no.
Hey, you know the Twitter picks come in.
I had it
like 7 minutes before the actual draft pick is made.
I had it deleted. No.
I would say this.
That man had the PFF pulled up too. Y'all saw how early PFF was coming in.
I ain't going.
Let's bring it back.
Breeze Nation,
I think this though with Detroit, the only thing I'm hoping for is a form of a letdown.
Yeah.
so a lot of times because they really thought they were a possession away or two of going to the Super Bowl, and a lot of times, you know, they may have been exposed, or they might be reading their own, as they say, newspaper clippings. They could take a fall back, in a sense, while the Bears and Green Bay actually take a step.
Well, we
forward.
got Detroit's number usually.
Exactly, and we should have beat them twice. We beat them once.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing. Detroit is the team I'm kind of worried about the least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I just, not to say that Detroit's not a tough team, but it seems like Matt Eberflus knows how to call a defense to beat Detroit. The Detroit offensive pieces did not change. The Detroit offensive pieces did not sit there and get insurmountably better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown, it's Jared Goff, it's Sam Laporta. They got some dogs on the team for sure. I'm not saying that they don't. It's a great offense, but I think that the Bears kind of know how to call a defense against them. Yeah. The Packers are a hurdle. The Packers are a major hurdle. The Vikings are a team last year we struggled to score 10 points against.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, that is.
They had Justin Fields on lock.
Hey, by the way, did you happen to see Philly's draft?
Philly
killed it.
They always get it right on defense for some reason.
They re-up on their defensive side all the time.
Yeah. They got both top cornerbacks.
Cooper DeJean and what is it?
Quentin something?
Quinion Mitchell.
Quinion Mitchell. Then they get the Cooper DeJean. Then they got Jeremiah Trotter Jr. So they brought him back.
Michael Parsons was pissed.
Hey, that's crazy.
Listen, how you get both your starting cornerbacks in the first 2 rounds?
Crazy.
And
they got Quinion Mitchell, and first, I don't know why Cooper DeJean fell. Cooper DeJean had to fall because of racism. Weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was some kind of weird reverse.
That was weird.
We can't let a white guy back in at quarterback type stuff. I have no idea. Cooper DeJean was a top 15 pick.
It was Atlanta. Yeah. Atlanta messed the whole draft.
Atlanta effed everybody.
They were supposed to take a cornerback.
I thought Atlanta was taking Dallas Turner.
Oh yeah, Dallas Turner.
Yeah, everybody was picking him for defense.
But then he just fell out of the draft. Like, no, here's the thing.
Nobody needed him.
No, yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Bro, there were like 7 DBs taken before Cooper DeJean.
No, the Lions took Terrion Arnold at 24.
All right,
but Terrion Arnold is not.
Terrion Arnold's a dog.
After our pick.
But it legitimately, like, we were sitting there at the draft, and I was like, I know we don't need DB, but I'd give my whole day 3 to go up and get Cooper DeJean right now, dog. Like, I don't even care. But no, bro. Like, I think Muggs is just thrown off seeing a white guy play that position. They didn't know how to compute it.
He's nice.
Yeah. He's nice. Wait a minute.
Goes to chase the Seahorn.
Hey, but
goes to chase the
I
Seahorn.
think I'm looking at that board, that big board, and honestly, I think the Bears can go 4-2 in the division. I feel like we got the Lions number, and we're going to get over that mental hurdle, and we're going to go 1-1 against the Vikings and 1-1 against the Packers. I think we go 4-2, and if we go 4-2, there's a good chance with our schedule. And I don't think the schedule is that strong. It's kind of a mid schedule that we got.
We have a week,
so a mid or week schedule. So I could see us easily winning 10 games. At least that's my expectation, which would, in my opinion, put us like second in the division. Because I still think Detroit is the cream of the crop in the division. Mm-hmm. So I think the Bears honestly move up a little bit. They go 2. Detroit still 1. Green Bay 3. Minnesota is where they at. But I think the division is so strong. It's the strongest division in the league right now. And the Bears are really going to be fighting for that second spot between them and Green Bay.
Call me crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you, and you can make sure you stamp this, because when the season starts, I'm gonna say 5-1. The only team that we're gonna lose to is Green Bay Packers at Green Bay. I think we're going to have a little bit more of an experience level over Minnesota as they get themselves together with JJ, even though they have a talented team offensively. I think overall we have a better team offensively and defensively. And then I think that for whatever reason, we have Detroit's number. Obviously, Detroit got better. They usually do a good job of re-upping on their cornerbacks. But it's just something about us having Detroit's number. We're really good against them no matter what. I love the fact, and I've said this before, I love the fact that if the Bears are going to be the tops in this division, be the tops over other really good teams. Yeah. I don't want to be successful over, mediocre talent or a weak division. This clearly is the cream of the crop in football right now. So
nobody wants to beat bums.
I'm fine with beating bums. I have no problem.
I'm saying standing on top of a hill,
bums.
like I did something.
He was beating his chest about the Giants, 3 years ago when they made the playoffs? They beat bums.
My point is that it means more when you beat the top. When you beat the top competition, it means more. So yes, you're supposed to beat the bums. Nobody, but a bum slayer, yeah, that's great. Then you get exposed in the playoffs.
Schedule
the Cowboys.
soft outside of the
Bum-
division.
No, but see,
yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
this season right now, when we're looking at these standards, right? I mean, we wait till we actually able to break down the schedule. I think the schedule releases next week, right?
I believe so.
So
That sounds.
We
right.
don't know because I understand.
Man.
I like
Jordan, when does the schedule release?
I like
Stat guy with the large TV connect.
That guy.
I got
I
you.
like where Jordan was going. If it's 5-1, that means yes, you have to basically blank Minnesota. You have to blank the Lions and split one with Green Bay. So either you got to win at home, against Green Bay and then go up there. But I mean, to me, because no one really has tape on Caleb. I think he comes out a couple of games looking really good. Then teams are going to adjust to him. So it'll be interesting what teams that we're actually playing in order to figure that out. It'd be great to get ahead of Minnesota or Green Bay in the beginning of the season while Caleb, they don't know how to defend him. And then at the end of the season is when we hopefully after the middle period of him trying to figure the game out, he takes effect in week 14 or 15, and now it's like he's arrived. He's here,
Yeah.
And then we got Green Bay week 17 or something like that.
I think I'm not gonna lie. The way the standings are right now in the back, that's just the way that I got them.
But I think the difference is the games to me, right? Like I think you could see a Green Bay take a step back, Detroit take a step back, be 10-7. I think this division could be 10-7, 10-7, 9-8,
Yeah.
9-8.
Black and blue.
I think this could be the
maybe-
black and blue
maybe-
division yet again,
It's
where
back,
you're sitting
it's
there
back.
just like everybody's in it, everybody's throwing haymakers. You're finishing off the season with a Bears-Packers game, and like there's just mayhem. There's a fight on the field.
But look
For
at
some
this.
reason, somebody runs naked. There's always somebody on the field.
But look at it. It's you got 7-10, two teams are 7-10 and a 9-8. We're talking a game or two out within.
real
Go back to
close.
watch screen. You're talking about a game or two outside of them all competing, and then Detroit just was able to get ahead. But that means who they beat, Minnesota or whoever they beat in the division. It's going to be tough.
Oh, they dominated
But I
the
mean,
division.
but I
That's
mean,
something, yeah.
I think about it like this, right? Like, for example, Detroit, I'm always gonna be a fan of running the ball. What do you do with these air raid offenses? You gonna run the ball, take the time of possession away, and so for
Not
that, I got them number one, and I cannot put the Bears over the Packers until they
I don't think anybody's there yet.
until they get over that mental hurdle.
But let me tell you this.
No,
Let me tell you
nah,
about
because
Torrey
I'm tired
Taylor,
because
he's going to punt the ball and pin it on the 5-yard line, and then our defense is going to get safeties on those guys.
You tell him,
and
Joe.
That's how we're going to win the game.
I seen,
Thank God for the punter.
Hey, but I was looking at it. I know Jordan probably gonna pull it up too, but
I have it
historic.
up.
You got it up? I'll go ahead, bro.
Are you talking about as far as the schedule?
Yep.
Well, yeah. Now the first 3 weeks, I hope I'm looking at this right.
Well, this ain't in order. This is just our opponents.
It's not in order.
No, the
Okay,
schedule,
all right,
releases-
let me
schedule
take that
usually
back.
releases around like May 10th, May 11th.
Right. Because I was looking at
Last
it.
year, the
Okay, go
schedule
ahead, Cal.
released on May 11th.
Well, historically, the last 4 years, the schedule was always released around May 11th or the 12th, which is like a Wednesday or Thursday. So it's probably going to be May 8th or 9th for us, since that's a Wednesday or Thursday. So that's probably what we're going to be looking at.
Right. No, yeah, I would say somewhere in there.
Okay.
But I'll say this. I think Joel's theory is sound on how Caleb goes, like how his play goes. But like, pull up the opponents again there, Jordan. He had a stroke. He got scared. Oh, God, we all the way back.
what is-
Oh, God.
I got you.
He doesn't know what
We
to do.
asked for one.
Give me a second.
We got a stat guy. Pull up the opponents there again, because I think this is what's interesting to see,
There we
right?
go.
Of course, we know we got our teams in the division, but outside of the division, right? You're looking at the Panthers. You're looking at who is
Jaguars.
Houston. You got the
Jaguars.
Rams, or is that the Jaguars?
Jaguars, Rams.
So are these confirmed
Patriots.
opponents?
These are the confirmed
Yes.
opponents.
Yes.
The
We still have the
Patriots.
schedule yet.
Got it.
Patriots.
Yeah.
If you start off
Seahawks.
your season with the Jaguars, the Rams, the Patriots,
It's
and
probably
the
Green Bay
freaking
first.
Seahawks.
And the Rams got a nice D line.
Seahawks.
Rams add some pieces. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The Titans.
But of course, right, there's gonna be a division game. But if you start off the season with a simple schedule, why can't you hit the ground running as a quarterback, right? And then it's like, okay, where do the struggles come in? If the tough games are like how the tough games were last year, tough games were kind of just sprinkled in there, right? It was like, oh man, we had a tough stretch, I think, in the month of September maybe or October, and it was like 3 tough games in a row, and it was like, oh, okay, if we get one of those, we did all right. But if you start your season off simple, right, you start with the Cardinals and the Commanders, like, man, you can see Caleb Williams come out and absolutely hit the ground running. Maybe you get a tough game here and there, but it doesn't have to be a tough stretch.
I'm gonna be honest with you, outside of our division, I mean, I'm looking at some of these teams. Obviously, the 49ers and the Houston Texans are probably going to be really good, obviously, with the ascension of C.J. Stroud. But outside of that, there's nobody that really scares me that I'm looking at. The Titans, the Seahawks, you know, they've kind of taken a step back. The Patriots, the Rams, like you mentioned, the Jaguars, like all the Panthers, obviously.
Forget about the pieces the Titans added?
Huh?
Did we forget about the pieces that the Titans added?
Yeah.
No, I didn't forget about the pieces. Do you know the pieces that the Bears just got?
I just don't think they're that good.
I'm just saying.
They're not on the same level as us.
You a big
I'm not
you a big Will Levis guy? Big Will Levis believer?
P-Kid thinks Will Levis is better than
that's why I know he's gonna be mid.
God,
P-Kid thinks Will Levis is amazing.
Just because I'm in this seat.
You took over P-Kid's
Just because I'm in this seat doesn't mean I'm advocating for being quarterback.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think that I don't know if I believe in Will Levis just yet. Let's get there first. Hey, man, let's finish the show off. Cards will still be an average team. Cards weren't an average team last year. The Cards were dog water. They were god awful. I'll never forget that having on the Cards play-by-play guy on the Bears podcast last year. I was like, what's the best way to go out there and attack the Cardinals? He's like, how do you want to attack them? I was like, oh, okay, all right, well, that's a thing. Hey man, appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. PK said, I think Will Levis is better than Anthony Richardson.
Oh, here we go,
bro.
That's what he did. Yes, that's what he said. And complete blasphemy.
Hey, listen, blasphemy. Hey, listen. No, but here's my thing.
Hold on.
That's
dang, I keep forgetting the wrong one.
What'd you just hit?
What's happening?
Starting the show over.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. No.
Boring credit for Kid. That was a Kid.
I think here's my thing on that. That's like saying I think Sam Darnold's gonna be better than Sam Howell. Like, I don't care about either one of these mugs. Like, why am I worried about either?
Sam? Oh God.
Sam? Oh. Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Let's talk about the best and worst of the weekend. This was a weekend that had a ton of best. This is a weekend that had some interesting worst.